People of the world, let's explore why God allows heartbreak and suffering by studying multiple faiths, including Christianity, Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, Buddhism, Native American spirituality, and Judaism. The question, why does God break your heart, is one that leads many people into atheism or agnosticism. How can a loving God allow for so much suffering? Learning from multiple faiths will help us understand the nature of suffering and why God allows for broken hearts. Here's a comparative look at the explanations from different religious traditions. Christianity. In Christianity, the concept of God breaking one's heart can be understood through the lens of trials and tribulations that lead to spiritual growth and reliance on God's strength. The Bible frequently speaks about enduring hardships as a means to grow closer to God and develop stronger faith. James chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, and who have been called according to his purpose. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 17 and 18. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen, since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. This perspective is shared by those who have had near-death experiences, leaving their bodies, going to the light, and meeting God. They often describe that the true treasures of life are loving others in the face of pain, stress, and suffering. This is a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe if you believe that God is love and want to help promote the message. Hinduism. In Hinduism, suffering and heartbreak are often understood in terms of karma and the soul's journey towards moksha, which is liberation. Heartbreak is seen as part of one's karmic journey and spiritual evolution. Bhagavad Gita, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course, are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O sign of Bharata, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Heartbreak in Hinduism can be seen as a result of past actions and is an opportunity to perform one's dharma, otherwise known as duty, leading to spiritual growth. Jainism. In Jainism, the power of love, especially in the form of compassion, known as karuna, and non-violence, called ahimsa, is central to overcoming suffering and achieving spiritual growth. Akaranga Sutra. All living beings desire happiness. Therefore, one should act towards others as one desires to be treated oneself. There are clear similarities between Jesus' teachings and the powerful words of the Akaranga Sutra. Tattvatra Sutra. The essence of right conduct is non-violence, which stems from compassion. Through non-violence and compassion, love for all living beings is cultivated. Kalpa Sutra. He who is free from all sins and who has love for all beings, who is kind and forgiving, who is a protector of all living beings, attains the path of liberation. These teachings show how suffering can be transformed through compassionate actions, turning pain into a meaningful sacrifice for a greater good. Sikhism. Sikhism teaches that suffering and hardships are a part of God's will, known as hukam, and serve to remind individuals of their dependence on God, encouraging humility and spiritual growth. Guru Granth Sahib. He alone knows the pain of another's heart, who himself has felt the pain. The whole world is full of this pain. He alone is freed of it, who remains lovingly attached to the Lord's name. There are similarities in this way of thinking to Hindu traditions of chanting the Maha Mantra, which is as follows: Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Similarly, in the Christian tradition, the Rosary is often prayed. All of these faith traditions focus on keeping God within our minds as often as possible. Heartbreak and suffering in Sikhism can be viewed as divine will, meant to bring individuals closer to God and foster a deeper connection with the divine. Buddhism. Typically, Buddhism does not personify a god in the same way, but it does address suffering as a fundamental aspect of human existence. The breaking of one's heart is seen as an opportunity to understand the nature of suffering and the impermanence of all things. Dhammapada. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is a path to purification. Majjhima Nikaya. When touched with a feeling of pain, the uninstructed, run-of-the-mill person sorrows, grieves, and laments, beats their breast, becomes distraught, so they feel two pains, physical and mental, just as if they were shot with an arrow and, right afterward, were shot with another one, so that they would feel the pains of two arrows. Buddhism shows a path to suffer only once, the actual pain, and to leave behind additional, unnecessary mental anguish at our predicament. Native American spirituality. Native American spirituality encompasses a diverse range of beliefs and practices, often emphasizing the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of harmony with nature and the spiritual world. Lakota tradition. We are all related. In times of suffering, we must remember our connection to all living things and find strength in our unity. Navajo tradition. Walk in beauty, even through hardship. The path of life is a journey to maintain harmony with the earth and the cosmos. Cherokee tradition. Suffering is a teacher, guiding us back to the path. In every challenge, there's an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. These teachings illustrate that suffering and heartbreak are seen as integral parts of life's journey, offering opportunities for learning, maintaining harmony, and fostering spiritual growth. Judaism. Judaism offers profound insights into the nature of suffering and heartbreak through its sacred texts and teachings. The Book of Job. But he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I will come forth as gold. Deuteronomy. Remember how the Lord your God led you all the way in the wilderness these 40 years, to humble and test you, in order to know what was in your heart, whether or not you would keep his commands. He humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then feeding you with manna, which neither you nor your ancestors had known, to teach you that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. Psalm 34. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. These examples from Jewish sources illustrate that suffering serves as a test of faith and character, ultimately leading to spiritual purification and growth. In conclusion, across these diverse faith traditions, sufferings and heartbreak are not seen as mere punishments, but opportunities for growth, purification, and a deeper connection with the divine or the universe. Each tradition offers its unique understanding, providing solace and guidance to those experiencing pain and heartbreak. By learning from these perspectives, we can find meaning and strength in our own journeys through suffering and heartbreak. If you are currently deeply suffering and are considering getting help, please know that reaching out for help is an act of bravery, and know that God is with you always.